Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So wherever you are finding yourself, it is your Saturday afternoon live show. So right here on Karas FM, 103.3 FM. So if you're finding yourself in Sneyfontein, Notre Dame, Negerdam, or you are right here in Kettmans, in Westdene, Noordhoek, Zeeblachte, Krorline, Donkerhoek, Ileni, Tereres. So it's your best FM radio channel that you can find yourself, and we are ready to dive into a number of stories. So you are joined by Petrus
and Aisha,
and we are ready to be your host for this afternoon. So this show kicks off every Saturday at 2 o'clock. So we are encouraging you to simply just step by. So we're gonna be starting with a news review thingy from 2 to 3. Then from there, from 3 to 4, we're having an exciting show called Rebuilding the Great Karas Region. So if you love this region like I do love Karas Region, Aisha, I don't look like you love Karas Region.
I do. I genuinely do.
Very good. So we're gonna be diving into that. So we're gonna be talking about rebuilding the youth, and you know, because for me, I feel like many young people, they always say they are the future generation. So they are the future for future for tomorrow.
Yeah,
so then
leaders of tomorrow, like our leaders would say.
So then the hassle is that if we are not investing in young people, then it begins to become a problem. So then one thing that I want you to look out to at 2:30, we are going to be having a very favorite caller, you know, that we're going to be calling and sharing a shout out to the Kettmans residents. So if maybe perhaps you're in the taxi, Jay's net is leader, so I encourage you, so please do tune in. We're very much happy and very much excited to be coming for you live from the Karas FM studio, our own community radio, and we want to enlighten you of a number of things that are simply happening. So before we start, please do enjoy this lovely song by, I don't know, I always struggle to say it, Swazis. Yeah, it's much more better. So wherever you're finding yourself, so let's go. And we're going to be bringing you what's happening in our country, what's happening in our nation, and we can kick it off with this song.
Bietjie pyn te gaan om te help om my kanse om servieskanker te kry te verminder. Dit vat 'n baie spesiale persoon.
Ek is die soort ou wat daarvan hou om my gesin en myself te beskerm. Om 'n gratis besnyding te bespreek of om meer uit te vind, stuur 'n WhatsApp boodskap.
What happened? It was so I thought but the problem is that once something moves, then you can't really it just I think they have this it automatically reshuffles.
You notice some people are you can notice how they are done because we don't say stuff like that.
Oh, it's a little bit different.
Because of for us it's like for them it's like it sounds like the word or something.
Oh, but the only thing is that this woman is very young.
Who is it?
The one that killed the daughter.
How old is she?
Very young. Like she was 28. I think maybe next time we can just have our stuff properly planned out. Everything in place. Okay, let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back. You know, so we are very happy to be live and bringing you this show. So we're gonna be diving into a number of stories. So please do know that from 3, so we're gonna be starting with the rebuilding a show. So we are hoping for you to participate and stuff like that. But the first story, what has been happening in our nation: a mother sentenced to 22 years in prison for newborn son's murder. So they say her name is Hilde Tsipuke Lita. She's 28 years of age. She got sentenced to 20 years in prison with 5 years suspended following her conviction for the murder of a 1-day-old baby. She was tried in the Shakati court on charges of murder, obstructing the ends of justice, following the strategic passing of a newborn barely a day after delivery. So what happened is that, so this girl, the horrifying event occurred in March 2020 after Lita delivered a thriving baby boy whom she fed using methylite spirit. Shortly after the infant's death, Lita placed the baby's remains inside a bag and traveled to Okahao. From there, she proceeded to a South Okahao village called Ongendepa, where she burned the infant's body in a mahangu field. So and for me, man, the sad part about it is the way the baby was killed.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you make a kid? I mean, spirit itself, if you have been cut, it's very painful. So imagine that now a small infant is drinking that spirit, and then on top of that, it is after the boy died, then she bent out the baby. She put the baby in the bag, and for me, I'm trying to think about the events that you take a child, you go buy the spirits, feed it to the baby dies, put it in the bag. You get a cab, whatever car you have driven into, everybody looks at you like you're normal. Then you go to this specific field, set the kid on fire, and go home, But on top of that, now when she was in court, she was simply saying, the 28-year-old woman who is a mother of 2, so she's already having 2 kids, by the way, asserted that she had a voice urging her to eliminate her baby. She expressed confusion after her actions, stating that she was disconnected from reality. She described an instant where she set her baby's body on fire and observed it burning without any emotional response. So that's very, for me, that's very much inhumane. But sometimes I used to think to myself, because in order for you to understand humanity, is trying to be on the other side of the fence, and also try to be in their shoes to say, what could have been the events that led her to do what she had done? You remember the other story of a lady that was from Hendy's Bay, the one that she had family issues based on her on what she was busy advocating for. That the father never really liked her. They liked the sisters and the siblings much more than her. Then she was in a relationship with this guy. Then this guy didn't really show her the love that she wanted. So she took the baby. That case, man, it was going on. I don't know if they sentenced her now. So then she took the baby. They traveled the side of, I think, Hendy Sisoko, nearby the ocean. Then she put the wood underneath the car, was about to lead the car on fire. Then, stuff like that. Then you realize that in as much as we get so much angry with people doing heinous crimes, you realize that to a certain extent, there are lead-ups before those events.
And I think for most of us, we do not actually get to see that. And it's like the end result, we see it and we're like, but why would you do that?
Something
but
like
it's
that.
Like, I don't think somebody would just literally, that would be your resort. I think it's things that take time. And I also know of somebody personally that whose child, they say that she killed the child, and then she was carrying the child. It was something that happened in Kidland. She was carrying the child around in a bag for the whole day. Imagine, traveled with like a bus and all of these things. And it's like, when you hear the story and you see the people, you're like, but it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
And most of those people, they don't look like they're killers.
I don't think anybody, like most of these people that do these things do look like that. But it's incredible how we are at a point in our lives, especially as women, that women do not even have that maternal thing anymore. That it can, like, how bad does it have to be for a mother? Like, not even the father, the mother. You carry this child for 9 months. I wonder what was happening. And I know things like post-traumatic stress are actually things that as black people we do not give attention to, but these things do happen. And it's like, did she call out for
help?
And sometimes I think even within the medical sort of like sector, often we try to look past it. It's like, no, it's a natural thing. Some skinny but like, you are supposed to know the signs of these things.
That's the thing, man.
So we can be able to help more of these women, because if you look at even our country in general, it's like we keep on seeing like baby dumping and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like every time a particular time is different, it just gets bad.
It's a problem. And now the thing is that now, because I think the only that's why they say a woman's strength is within her tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when it comes to hitting a man back, most of the women, they tend to take that out on the child.
Yeah.
You know, to say, okay, if this guy has hurt me, the only way I can hit him back is by hitting the person that he loves beside me, and that is a child. And it begins to become of a deep of a problem. But we're encouraging ladies everywhere where you're finding yourself, amen. To a certain extent, man, I saw a guy, this guy is Ackerman something. I don't know if you're following those cases in SA. So this guy got 700 and something counts of rape charges against minor children. The guy got 12 life sentences in prison. And I was busy watching this guy. I'm thinking to myself, some of these things, he didn't think that it would go so far.
Yeah.
Then you come to a place whereby now you're having 12 life. The guy is simply saying he's going to appeal. So the case starts all over again.
My goodness. I think especially for younger women that are currently going through this idea of like, if I have a child with him, he might stick.
Yeah.
People stick because they want to stick.
Yeah, that's the thing.
One of the things you also need to realize is that you killing your child is only going to be a problem for you. The other thing is also, if you do not want to have the child, leave that child in that hospital or wherever you like got it, or just like if you like had labor at home, take the child to the hospital, go leave those people, tell those people, I cannot take care of this kid, I do not want it. I think more people will have respect for somebody who leaves instead of killing the kid because you could not provide for the kid. Or you do not want it. I know there are instances where people genuinely do not want to become parents. So if you're in that situation, just guys, leave the kid at the hospital. It's fine. Instead of killing the kid, getting yourself into a bigger mess.
Yeah. And also the thing is, saying that, I think it's also being at a place whereby people need to first think before getting into relationships in many cases. Because if let me say, for instance, what pushes many women is by killing the kids or aborting or so other instance is maybe because it was love at first sight, like they say. Then later on they start seeing certain things in this guy, that they never wanted to see. Don't say. So but then for me, the sad part about it is that the kid has never been the problem from the beginning. The problem has been the person who has consented to be in a relationship with this person, but now the person who suffers is that child, So that's why, because the thing is that if certain things can be done right from the beginning, then you won't be dealing with pregnancy, kids, dumping, prison, all type of those things won't be there, So I think to a certain extent, people need to start thinking to say, hey, before I go into this relationship, where is it gonna lead me? Because I think many people don't put too much thought to that, and when things become very much messy, then they realize, okay, let me just take the shortcut out, and the shortcut out always brings a lot of problems.
Yeah.
There's another lady. This woman is a woman. She's 20 years old. Has been arrested for attempted murder and arson after she allegedly set fire to a hut her friend was sleeping in with her child. So the whole thing is that, so she had but now what I didn't understand about this story was the child that was with this woman in the hut, was it the child of that woman, or was it her own child?
I also didn't get that,
because now
it
it's
might be the friend's
child. Because now it's funny to be an extent where, but people don't fear you. It's like
there's no time. Fear comes later.
But I think it's stuff like jealousy, envy. Those things can make you, can even make you with somebody, because it's like when you are troubled in the inside, your level of thinking and your sanity, it's no longer there. And this person is at a place whereby she's thinking that her friend is in a relationship with a boyfriend, so the only way is to take them out. Just set the heart on fire. But it's a very terrible death, man, to be able to say. But I think all of them escaped without anybody being injured. And now she's arrested.
One of the things that scares me is that how are we friends if we do stuff like that to each other? It's crazy.
It doesn't just fit. You know, but you realize that the world
I
the
love
world
you
people are
even if I
living.
kill you.
Yeah, so the world people are living in, man, it's just way too weird.
Dangerous.
You know, so women, please do be at a place whereby you are very much aware that certain things are not just very much appropriate to do. You know, either try sorting it out from the beginning. So the other story, ne, it is I saw this guy. He used to be he is the leader for Swapo Party. What is this guy? The Youth League. So this guy is part of a parliamentarian committee that they were going around the hospitals visiting and stuff like that. So now they saw this specific hospital. What is the guy's name? So they went to these hospitals where these things were broken down and stuff like that. And to me, you know what was very fascinating, eh? It is as though they are only seeing that this thing had only been broken now. You know, like we've been living in this country for such a long time, and things have been very much messy. How is it that you're only seeing this type of stuff now? You know, and for me, that's way too crazy.
The other thing with the Inanna like hospital that I saw, I was like, how can people were apparently shocked? I'm like, but how do you get shocked as a politician?
Yeah.
You and bet you there were people in Inanna that were going for those rallies and all these things. Go to places, social services, go there. Go to hospitals, go to schools, go see what is mess people are like working at.
Because now the thing is that now it's in many people's mindset that even if politicians don't want to accept it, is that they start thinking to say, because it's election time, that's the reason why they are making the rounds.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same region, you know, or maybe close by, those ones, whereby they sent back, I think it was something in 50-something million.
Oh, yeah, I saw.
Sometimes it was in the north. Then you find like now there are hospitals that are dilapidated, they are breaking down. They even say that the windows are broken. Sometimes women have to wait, pregnant women need to wait outside, you know, before, when they are waiting to deliver. And the laundry, those machines, they have to travel like 150 kilos just to go wash the beddings and travel back. And I'm thinking to myself,
then you guys give back so much money.
Like, how do you just do something like that? I'm gonna say in a country whereby everything is just messy, nothing is busy working. I saw this and they took them through, and the lady's busy explaining this thing was built when and all type of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you guys, this won't be the best time now, you know. Then they went to go see this ambulance. I think the kilos are maybe over 300 something, you know, on that car or beyond that, you know. It says during its visit to Tsumeb District Hospital in the Shikoto region on Friday, the subcommittee on gender equality, social development and family affairs found that the hospital only has one ambulance which is in poor condition. According to Dr. Norman, who is in charge of the hospital, 2 ambulances are parked at the facility due to electrical and mechanical faults. The head of committee, Ephraim, is what the name that I wanted. Ephraim Nekongo said the ambulance had clocked more than 7,000 mileage. 7,000. So meaning that the thing is just tired. It can't anymore. And now people go there and it look like they are so shocked. I say people have been living under these weird circumstances like that. And the thing is that now you find like people down here really want to do their job, but people up are not assisting the people that are down. Then it begins to become a problem, you know. Even when you go to the hospital, there was a time here in Ketmans, there was no toilet paper.
Imagine there's no toilet paper at the hospital. It's one of those things where
it's an essential thing.
Yeah, because sanitation is very, very important in the hospital.
Because now what they are doing now is that they don't leave toilet papers in the bathroom. So if you want, then you have to go ask, then you go. And for me, it's just very weird, you know. Then
almost like school.
Like you are treating
children
for
that
kids.
are 6 years old.
Yeah, because now you're afraid maybe they might misuse.
And these are grown up
people, you know. So it's very weird, man. In a country whereby we literally have everything that is going on. So then this one was the Okahanja constituency. It says Okahanja Constituency Councillor Bethel is a Ocherero name. I won't be able to pronounce that one. It says a lack of functional police vehicles at the town has hindered the work and efficiency of the station. In an interview with the Namibian last month, he said it hinders the service of the police because you call for emergency and there's no vehicles. He simply says that these vehicles are in very bad condition. They can't function. They can't move. They can't do anything. But you realize that it has been like this for years.
Yes,
it's not
for
like
years.
it's not like something that is coming last week or last month or last. It's been like this for years.
33 years.
Yeah. So even now you call out, there's something happening in Transnamib. Especially now the speaking the funny man. So you might not be able to get anybody.
And do you know what is the craziest thing for me that often happens is that when we drive around in Kitmanso, you see the cars.
You see the police cars.
You see the police cars. I but call them for emergencies. There's no way.
There's nothing.
And I think I'm still at the pleading for like the traffic thing. Every morning, just drive in this road.
Yeah, I was busy talking to Mr. Mutinga. I was with him the day. I know, but the guy is a very cool man. So he's saying, we can maybe do a show like next week. Then he can come in. So he's simply saying, there are a lot of laws that got gazetted, so that need to be talked about. Even walking around with dogs on the streets, it comes with its fine, it has its own regulation and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I know this one.
Yeah.
Who walks around with his dog.
Yeah. So some of those people, I think if certain things are not in place, because Alamuten has paid for it, all those stuff. So if those things are not in place, then you are eligible to get a fine and stuff like that. So maybe by next week Thursday, not next week Thursday, but Saturday. So maybe we can either Melly or him. So you say we can just let them know, then they can organize and they can come every time.
But I think one of the things is in Namibia, I think especially in the south, we should start scaring people. I don't think these people.
It's not scared.
They walk in the middle of the road.
And that's what Mr. Thingy was saying. Yeah, he was saying people, especially the named boys. You was talking about
the named boys and the Zuiderlich kids. At least with PK, because they go the other side, they leave.
Yeah.
But the Kronline kids, like Lashpool Kronline, San Matthias. I think even for San Matthias it's less, but Zuiderlich and them.
Now those ones, the issue of the shoes. So
because they don't want it.
So now they want to come, they don't want to polish anymore and stuff like that. So they literally will be walking in the road.
Every morning, like when we go to school, it's like beep, beep, beep,
and it's a problem.
They don't care. At this point, they just look at you like you're crazy.
And the thing is that now, as long as he says the person who's driving is not blind, so he will be able to stop or just do something when the car is coming close by. But those are some of those issues that's busy happening. Okay, so it's almost that time. I think we need to call our favorite favorite person from Kitmans, and the phone is ringing. Oh, she's gonna pick up now. So we are calling somebody that has relates so much to Kitmans, and we wanted her to give a shout out in terms of her love for the South and so forth and so on. Miss Franklin.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. How is the capital city?
I'm so glad that it's not so cold anymore.
Yeah.
It's we're getting into the summer vibe.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that.
So you're also not a winter person?
I hate winter.
Oh, thank you. Even me.
I mean, I come from Kitmans.
Come on.
Places in this world, so
yeah.
Obviously, anybody who is from Kitmans, you would know.
Oh.
When it's very cold in Kitmans, it's extremely cold. When it's very hot, it's extremely hot. So, but I prefer summer.
Very good. It has been very. I think for the past 2 weeks, I think it has been a little bit warm, but then it picked up again with the cold. Like in the morning, it was a little bit chilled.
Is that in Kitmans?
Yeah, in Kitmans. Yeah, in Kitmans.
I always feel sorry for my family. Whenever I hear how cold it is down there, especially for my parents.
Yeah.
So I'm glad when it becomes summer, but as long as it is not too much, then I'm okay with it.
Where do your parents stay in Kitmans?
In Zeeplachte.
In Zeeplachte. Where?
I'm a hood girl.
Oh, okay, very good, man. So Zeeplachte. I also stay in Zeeplachte. I stay by Transnamib.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Not Zeeplachte. That's where.
Initially, I grew up in Namalokasi
Okay.
until we moved to Soweto, where my parents are still staying.
Really, that's nice, man. So, any shout out, anybody that you wanna call out? Maybe if your parents or so they are busy listening. Any specific shout out that you wanna give out to?
I'm not sure whether they are listening, but I want to say hello to everybody in Paras FM. I appreciate the work that you guys do to keep our people informed
Very good.
and entertained. And the shout out that I want to send is obviously to my mom and my dad. I'm sure they are at home most probably just watching either soccer or rugby. So I just want to say a special hi to them. I love you guys. I miss you. And then to my family in Namalokasi, Tigris, Maid, Dadus, and all the kids, and of course my brother Jermaine. I just want to say I miss you guys, and I hope I will see you soon, and you should have an absolutely fantastic day. And obviously to the rest, everybody else in Kitmans, hello, I hope you guys are well, and I'm always proud to, to express where I'm from. Everything that I am today is because of where I come from. So shout out to everybody in Kitmanshoop. I love you guys.
Very good, man. The reason why I wanted to be, you are actually the first person we are calling up for a shout out. And the reason why I did,
awesome.
And the reason why I did it, I think you are sort of like you've become, when it comes to media and radio and TV, so you've become the greatest icon for the South. Every time we see you, so we're very much excited to be able to see something like that.
I'm so humble. I'm so humbled by that. Thank you so much. I think I'm glad if I am representative of a dream that no matter where you come from, that you can be anything that you want to be in life, and you can achieve just as much as anybody else, no matter where you are from. So thank you so much for the recognition. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I wanted to ask a question. Does Matilda still works for NBC?
Who's Matilda?
Matilda she used to do radio back in the days when I was grade 8, grade 2008, 9, somewhere there.
Are you talking about Matilda Rewako?
Yes.
No, she's no longer with the NBC. She used to work for NBC National FM, where I am currently the station manager.
Okay.
But she no longer works for
NBC.
NBC.
Okay. So, but it was nice talking to you, Franklin.
Thank you so much, Beatrice, and I look forward to meeting you as well. I'm so proud of what you are also doing. So keep on going, never give up, and I love you guys. Take care.
Oh, very good. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye, my darling.
Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Franklin Thomas. Very good. So it was a nice thing. I think she's a very cool lady. But the reason why I asked her about Matilda, Matilda used to take my breath away.
I remember being so young, but it was just fun always like hearing her voice.
Oh, you also love listening to her. And she had this stick.
Also, this other. I forgot her name.
I think we need to spur her up and see where she is and stuff like that. Yeah, man, and just try to say we just fan of your voice, because I think when I was young, I even tried doing what? I tried searching on Facebook. Nothing. Maybe she's using another name. But ladies and gentlemen, that was Franklin Thomas. So if you like watching news and on NBC, so she does that. She's from Kitmans. Nama location, just here. So and we're very much proud to have somebody like her push certain stuff forward and stuff. I think maybe next time we can call Joe the Prince.
Oh yeah, he's from the feel the pulse
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, so you can maybe call him up. I think he also misses Kidmans and stuff like that. Did you see the other story of the headman in the north? Or did you speak about that story last week? I wanted to show you that story. It's very much amazing. So this guy is a headman of one of the tribes there in it's one of the tribes there in the north. And this guy, they were just like at the cooker shops or something. Then this guy just stood up. No, there was no argument, no nothing. Then he just stepped the guy in the neck.
Intrusive thoughts. Oh my goodness.
It's like, how do you do that to another person? What's that story? Real quick. Yes. This one, I don't know. Okay, let's touch this one before we go to the other one. So this one, I found it very much fascinating. It says a man opens up a stolen gun case. Now he's also facing negligence charges instead. So somebody stole his gun from the car. Then from there, he reported the case. Then now he's also now having a negligence case. The reporter got reported. But you find like now, man, many people now, they are lovers of guns, and everybody seems now to wanting to buy a gun and just wanna.
Even me, I want one.
You want a gun as well?
I want a gun. I'm just not of the age yet, but I think I will buy a gun.
But I think if you're past, do they have a certain specific age?
I want to be 30 when I buy
Then you
a
get
gun.
a gun.
I need to.
But I think now, man, now the thing is that the world is becoming so, It's becoming so, the safety levels.
It's very
Yeah, and yesterday I picked up a guy in Kobislachte. So this guy was looking for a cab. So they were standing with another guy. So I thought all of them were looking for a cab. So the guy jumped in. Then they said, man, this guy is not serious, man. He's asking me for $10. I said, oh, the way you guys stood is like you guys were together. The guy said, no, man, the guy's asking me for money and stuff like that. And I said, hey, that's how people get robbed, because now if you're unable to give him, then he's demanding, then the robbery, then somebody gets stabbed. So now, in instances like that, people just get to carry these guns and knives and stuff like that. So, but it's to a certain extent, for safety, it's okay, but if for someone that has anger issues and temper,
I need to pass all of my.
Yeah, so I think they need to have those anger issue tests before they hand people.
Mental issues should be tested, even in your family. It might pop up when you're old.
But I think those things, they don't do them. I think they just look at the qualification, maybe police records, if you have any crime, run around, that type of stuff. Then if those things are fine, then they get to give you. But I think they need to take a person through those things.
I think it needs to be really like a lot of tests need to be done.
Yeah.
Especially mental disorder tests.
Yeah.
Okay, mood disorders, especially because with those ones you can just kill people.
Don't understand, because now you are at a place whereby, like the guy, I don't know if you read the story of the guy in the States. I think it was like maybe 1921. The guy had a gun. They had maybe a 1-year-old girl. Then the gun was cocked.
Oh yeah.
Then the kid I think shot herself or something like that.
And even one of the things about the Western countries is that because if you're 19,
you're eligible.
You're eligible to buy it. If you're 18, you are. But you're not allowed to drink until you're 21, which is it doesn't.
But a gun is much more scarier than
a lot of laws. I think they were debating about the gun control maybe 2-3 years back, and then I saw how people like to be safe, but other people are like you with the gun, you feel safe, but the other person who doesn't have the gun doesn't feel safe because you could actually just kill.
Because so the thing is that, man, the way these guns are carried loosely, I think that's also the issue.
The fact that you can buy a gun in America just by taking out your ID and working in is crazy.
One time I was at I nearly said the place. So this guy took this car there, and the guy went to go test the car. So when he came back, there was a gun literally just lying at the footstool. Yeah, and the guy said, "Hey man, what thing is this one?" I said, I thought I picked it up, but it's like something that's just lying there, you know. So it's becoming very much dangerous. Now, this guy of the headman, it says Omuhenye village headman stabbed to death It says the Namibian police in Onanda Umsati region have arrested a 73-year-old suspect after a local traditional leader was fatally stabbed on Monday evening. Tobias Nangolo Shituyenga, the 59-year-old headman of Omuhenye village, reportedly dead instantly after being stabbed by a suspect for no apparent reason. The police stated that the suspect and the victim were drinking together at the... But I'm wondering, what is a headman doing in those places? Doing in those places, man. And he says they're drinking together. And where am I? They were drinking together at the Shebeen around 9 o'clock when eventually the suspect stood up, produced a traditional knife, stabbed the deceased once in the neck. The eyewitnesses informed the police that the two had neither quarreled nor engaged in any argument. So the motive behind the stabbing is still unknown, stated the police. So it's funny, man, that you just there and somebody just kills you. I think it's a very weird way of being killed. You know?
It's like intrusive thoughts. I don't know. Sometimes I'm very scared when people just look at you because you do not know what they're thinking.
Whether they are happy.
Like, if I punch Aisha, that's
will she die?
Would she die?
Will she pass out?
Like if I just push her a little bit.
Hey, man. But people, sometimes you really fail to understand what. But for me, I was thinking the other day, I do not want to do things that will make me feel guilty. I don't want to do things that I will regret. I don't want to do things that will make my life difficult. Because to a certain extent, as people, we are very much easy at blaming others for our actions. You know what I'm saying? And we are never reliable of our. We always say, no, I could not have done A, B, and C if so and so. And it begins to become a problem. So that's why you find like some people is that they get pushed and they blame. Instead of simply saying, hey, it's my life we're talking about.
Like, I can just
and you know what I'm saying? And if I do anything silly to a person, I have so much to lose. So I can't afford, even the thing about women, aborting kids or killing them, all type of stuff, or a guy being jealous, he kills the girl, whatever the incident is. Like, you first need to think that, once I do this thing, it's going to affect my emotions. My whole life. It's going to affect my conscience. It's going to affect how I feel about myself. But it feels like to an extent where people they don't take account of doing certain things before they actually get to do them, So, and the reality begin to kick in. So let's move on to your stories.
Well, I think again, my things are very serious about it's the government. It's always the government with me. I want answers.
So now we need to get the answers.
We need to get the answers. I think for the past 2 years, what we have been doing is the green hydrogen thing. We've been very much invested in it, and now the headlines is expectations of high returns come with taking high risk. I think half of the Namibian population is glad for the green hydrogen thing, but half of us, we want to know. It's like I was telling you the other time, there's this thing of like, we know of the green hydrogen, but there is this lack of transparency in it. So as the article goes is, it does follows that the massive green hydrogen benefits the Namibian presidency is promising should be treated with the age and proven principle of an investment reward trade-off. It has been more than 2 years since the government launched the lofty and ambitious target of making Namibia a leading sport for the production of green hydrogen. Yet, government officials keep dismissing calls for transparency, often arguing that nothing is being kept secret, despite several instances showing that from the start information has been released selectively for public relation purposes. And our very president highly playing to ignorance is why some people keep accusing the government of being secretive about the green hydrogen. Now the thing is, I think because a lot of us, when we heard the money that is being put into the